Well, welcome back to our kitchen, and my special guest today is Marie Hegler from Clemson University, and she is a food and nutrition expert. We're glad you're here. I always love having you here, Marie. And she has a folder called Summer Sides, which of course we can give to you. And what I love about this folder, it lists all the different vegetables and things that are in season right now. It's a whole list that's included in this folder. And that's the way to save money, and it's better for you because the things are very fresh.
That's true. And they're more available.
What is coming up now? Watermelon?
Watermelon. So that last salad had tomatoes, corn, and cucumber, which are all happening in the summertime. And we also used some basil.
Corn and tomato salad, that was lovely.
And I'll let it cool for a second before I top it with some feta.
Okay.
And the other salad we're gonna do today is gonna be a watermelon feta mint. So I'm using a lot of feta here.
It sounds a little different.
It is a little different, but it's delicious. And we're highlighting watermelon, of course. We're gonna use some spring greens or some kind of mixed greens that if you like. I think this one has spinach and arugula, or just whatever kind of greens. And that's actually an optional thing. I'll show you. You could just serve it just as this watermelon with it mixed in there, or you can top it, put it on some greens.
Okay.
And a little dressing. And there's a couple ways that you can, so watermelon is of course just delicious by itself. You don't need to do a lot to it. But pairing it with mint and feta you have the sweet watermelon, you have that nice mint flavor, and then the feta adds a little saltiness. And then we're gonna add, similar to these two salads, I might not would serve together because they have the same flavor, because I'm gonna be using feta again, but I'm also gonna be using like a lime vinaigrette to base it as well. So it's gonna bring out some different elements to that watermelon, I think. It's gonna add a little, so we're gonna have some lime, we're gonna have some mint, we're gonna have some feta, and then we're gonna top some greens with it.
So now you have the greens in here. Spinach? Yeah, I mean, you can use anything you have.
We have spinach, and I think this is baby spinach and baby arugula.
Okay.
And arugula has, I think, a little bit of a peppery kind of taste to it.
All right.
But you could use whatever floats your boat. Okay, so we're gonna start off making the vinaigrette, and I'm gonna be using, again, some olive oil, red wine vinegar, and some lime. But we'll start off with the lime. Always give it a roll to make sure I can get the juice out of it. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in this little dish. So I would say about 2 tablespoons again for the lime juice.
So this is a mint salad.
Yes, there's mint in it.
Okay.
It's got some other stuff going on. A lot of times too, in this sort of situation with the watermelon and mint, sometimes people will use balsamic, like a balsamic reduction, and that's really, really good as well. Which would just be, you just get balsamic and put it on the stovetop and let it reduce, and it gets a little
Now
syrupy.
in the bowl here, you have what? What greens do you have?
Arugula and spinach.
All right.
All right, so we got a little bit of lime juice, which is actually about 2 tablespoons. We're gonna add 1/4 of a cup, or let's do this first. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons of vinegar. I said that, let me make sure that's right. Okay, make sure that's right. So I'm using red wine vinegar. You could use apple cider vinegar, balsamic vinegar, just regular vinegar, any kind of vinegar. Just again, it's gonna be adding a little more zest to it.
Well, okay. 2 tablespoons of vinegar is what it says on there. 2
tablespoons of vinegar, and technically about 2 tablespoons of lime.
Okay.
And then we're gonna add let me put some salt in. I'm gonna use about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna eyeball it since I don't know where I put my teaspoon. And then we're gonna add 1/4 cup of olive oil. And I'm gonna I can see this at 1/4 cup right now, so I'm gonna just fill it until it gets to about 1/2 cup. All right. And that will be your vinaigrette.
So you combine the lime juice and the vinegar and the salt and the olive oil.
Yes. Lime juice, vinegar, salt, olive oil. And again, this is sort of a very stripped down vinaigrette. You could add, in this point, you could add some garlic if you like garlic. You could add some shallot if you like shallot. You could add some different herbs or seasonings in this if you want to. But this is just gonna be, this is all we're gonna do for that particular vinaigrette. What I have here is about 4 cups of cubed watermelon. So I actually had a whole watermelon, but I sliced it down. But you can buy that stuff, pre-cubed or pre-chunked up. But I would still make it a little bit smaller because sometimes I do like big chunks. But I still would say like a bite size, and they're just seedless. So it's a seedless watermelon. Bite-sized chunks, just because you want to, and you're trying to eat those.
And
big
how much watermelon do you have there?
It's about 4 cups.
Okay.
Of chunked watermelon.
All right.
So I've got that. So I'm gonna put that aside. And the other thing that we're going to throw in here is some mint. So the last salad we had basil in it. This one's going to have mint.
Oh, I love mint and things. That's lovely.
So we're going to use about a 1/4 cup of mint. And I took off the stems, just the leaves. And again, the way I did the basil is the same kind of way I'm going to do the mint. And you could at this point just roughly chop it if you wanted to, but I'm going to get a little bit of finer chop on it. And mint and watermelon just pair really, really well together. So I kind of like lay them flat together and then I roll them up. Then I just slice.
That makes it easier, isn't it, when you do that?
Yeah, I feel like you get a little more consistency on the chop. And you can already, once you start chopping mint, you can start smelling it. That's great.
This is really a lovely folder because it has the salads in here and then it lists all the things that are in season right now. And that's, we forget about, so the abundance that's out there.
Yeah, there's all kinds of, this is just a summer and, well, mainly just summer, but some parts of spring and parts of fall too. You got all this produce is available to us. So.
I mean, blueberries and blackberries and cantaloupe and cucumbers and green onions and parsley and peaches and peas and squash and sweet corn, all of these things we have. And one thing that I'm going to say, it's really pleasant. Go to the farmer's market, wherever you are. There are farmer's markets everywhere. And support our local farmers. And the things that you buy there, you save money, but you also buy the freshest things.
Yes.
Right?
It's going to have, the most flavorful
and
the freshest types of things as well. All right, I'm almost done with this mint. I'm just going to use this last little bit.
You going to put more in there?
Oh, yeah. Just this last bit since I don't want to leave anything left behind. And then I'll just show you how to assemble this.
Okay.
So, all right.
That is very finely chopped.
It is finely chopped. So if you wanted a little bit bigger, you could. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use some of this vinaigrette to go ahead and dress the greens. And I'm going to toss that together just so that it gets...
And there again, you could use spinach, you could use whatever you happen to like, right, in the greens, for the greens.
Yes. And I find that when you go ahead and do this, you make sure it gets everything coated and nicely. That's nice. So I'm going to get that going. And this is about, I think it's like 4 cups, 2 to 4 cups of greens, kind of. Well, that's a large range, but it's about 2 cups. But then once you once you start tossing it, it makes it get smaller and smaller. It's kind of like when you cook those things. All right. So I've got that, and then I'm going to add some of this dressing to the watermelon.
It's fun to try. This is a little different, these salads, and it's fun to try something a little different for your family.
That's right.
And you pour the watermelon.
I pour some of that
it's
vinaigrette.
already put it on there.
Yeah.
Like it's marinated a little bit.
Marinated, yes, ma'am.
And those are just bite-sized pieces.
That's right, just little bite-sized pieces. Then I'm going to add this mint to it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Stir that around. Oh, got a leaf.
Oh, Marie, you've outdone yourself. We're so blessed to have the abundance, and many people have gardens, and you could just have something a little bit different.
That's true. To
share with your loved ones. And this folder is beautiful. Summer sides, and they're free. Thank you for making this possible. And it lists a lot of information in this folder about what is available and fresh, and also the recipes for the salads.
All right, so then I'll put a little bit of this greenery on the bottom. The last thing we're going to add to this is feta.
Okay.
So if you like goat cheese, you could also do a little bit of goat cheese.
If you don't want that, you could use something else. Any kind of cheese would go, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I would like. I think the soft kind of in the goat cheese feta sort of family goes best in this sort of situation. But you could certainly try whatever kind of cheese you prefer.
Okay. Now I want to see what this is like when you get it all together.
So I'm gonna put this on top of the. Plate it up like so.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, yum.
So there you go. There's your. And so this will make about 4 to 6 types of syrup.
Let's see what it looks like. Let me hold it up here. Oh, that's lovely. Look at that. Now, if you would like these recipes, we'll be happy to send them to you. And there's no cost, but if you could send that self-addressed envelope, and we need the recipe number, 1013-1013, and we'll have it on its way to you. And send that self-addressed stamped envelope to the Peggy Denny Show, Post Office Box 1616, Greenville, South Carolina, 29602. And we'll have it. You can have these to share with your family and loved ones. They're great for picnics, for Sunday night suppers, wherever you want. This is delightful. Marie, thank you so much. One talented young lady, Marie Hegler, who's a food expert from Clemson University. Oh, that's beautiful.
Got some feta on there.
Oh, and remember to give us a recipe number, and we'll have it on its way to you that you can enjoy these with your loved ones this summer. Stay happy.